Double Diamond Railroad back on a Do Not Hump Wednesday, and we're shooting this late Tuesday afternoon after 4 o'clock so we can get this uploaded and get it out there to percolate for about 12 hours before we release it. Let it propagate some. So here we are. I spent 2 hours down here this morning cleaning up. I didn't think I'd ever get it. I'd say it's about 98.5% clean. And boy, it took a lot of work. Files and knife and alcohol wipe, sandpaper, plumber's tape, sandpaper, foam, cork wipes. And then we had to run the gauge, track gauge through because we had ballast floated up on the inside of rails. So it was two separate issues. The ballast up in the rails in some areas on the curves. And then here we got way too much glue got in there with that bigger eyedropper. So we're not going to use that on the next switch, the last switch. It floated too much up. We're going to use an old pipette to dribble, bury a little bit in there. And that was a mess to clean. It was like a rubberized stuff. Got in there between the points and everything. I had to scrape it out with files, knife, whatever I could use. Keep soaking it with CRC and scrubbing it with the toothbrush and everything. Got it pretty good, but after a while it may kind of come back again. I'll have to redo some. And I had to really sharp angled tweezers in there pulling out gooey strips of stuff. Mainly in those throw bars and where the points contact. And then the pivots, you got to get the pivots. One of them, this one out here is covered with paint. I still got to look here. I'll look right now. Got all these little burnishing, polishing tips. I might try to, I gotta see what they're made of. I was hoping I had a real small wire brush type thing. I don't see one. Put on that little Dremel tool and go in there and burnish those pivots real good. Dip the tip in alcohol, but it looks like it might be a little too aggressive. This part I don't have brown paint on yet, real brown, to weather it. It's just pure ballast laid in. These throw bars had a slice between them where they slide because they got gooped up. You have to clean under the ends of them so you can slide the throw bar back and forth. Finally, they're starting to snap again. Right up there, we had too much ballast up in the track. It was jumping and skipping. Then even down here on the front, on the curve right there, it was real bad. It was really rough. That one surprised me. That was a heavier ballast. And we got too much brown paint here in the middle. Gonna have to go wear that with some dry brush, some gray in there or something. That's not a hole now, it's a bush. Covered a hole. So I got to stain the center of the track up here. Try to slow down there. Get up here, I got to stain the center and get a little overspray on the ballast to make it look like the main line has been running dust, all that GEVO deterioration coming out on the tracks like back there in the back. Rust and brown stuff, dirt, whatever. Okay, let's get in a little run session here. Really don't know what I'm doing. I got to move some trains and we're going to make a test run of cars over here. See if different engine will bring them over and run through. Stand by. Okay, the phone's acting very crazy. And my end of train marker is making a weird buzzing, beeping sound. Oh, we got to throw a switch. Stand by. Okay, let's try that again. So now we're going forward because we're reverse cam. Love the diesel sound on that old Jevo 3313. It sounds good. I think I turned the frequency down on that one to make it bassier. That's what you can do for N scale. I have trouble with that coupler. That blue car is so new. My scale trains couplers are in Nashville. Said they were delivering today. I thought, yeah, right. Hadn't even got to Columbus yet. Go stretch this and see if we got anything. That's monkey with a coupler. See if we can get it to work. Okay, stretch. Oh, he's going the wrong way again. Because the cabs are... No, didn't do it. Okay, we're going to have to step in and fix that. Stop already. Good grief. Means I'm having to push really hard. Must have moisture in it. Has been humid. Stand by. Okay, after much intrepidation, we got it. The first gate, its front wheels were off. That's why it was shorting back there, making it warning, warning. Okay, here we go. Running in reverse because 3313 is pointing backwards. So 5329 is lead. But the one that's a point engine is actually 3313 on the controller. So it's running backwards. Messes with your head. Oh, wrong button off to the side there. Once you hit the horn. Okay, let's go. Pulling out on the main. Got a crossing coming up. Pretty good. Now I'll have to catch them down to the other end. Let's go down there. There's where the tornado hit the shops. So we can clear out and see the shops back there. See the bare bone shop. Gotta be careful on my switches now, since I was working over there. Don't trust myself anymore. Wore myself out there this morning. I really wanted to take a nap now. I just had coffee, but I'm really sleepy. Just hope we don't mess this up. And we'll find out with different rig going through here, what problems we're going to have. So let me get the camera up closer. Move you a little bit. Whoop, wrecked a car back there, you saw that. Okay, that's just emergency stop. That car derailed. Back here on the back, stand by. Getting distracted from our main focus here. That's a totally untested car with a marker on it. and run him anywhere for a long time. That's why we're doing it. Okay, let's get going again. See if we can make it through here. Different set of wheels. 3313 is always a trouble on stuff that's got ballast or whatever. Very touchy trucks. See if we can get through here. See if those cars will go through there. Right now a little bit. See, here's a dead spot. That's where that ballast is sticking up too much still. I think I'm going to have to wet it with alcohol and then scrape through with a gauge, trying to knock it down. Because man, it's hard as rock already. 48 hours hard as rock. He's making noise over on the joint. Well, I made it through there anyway. Now let's do what we want to do. I got throw switches in there, several, 3 of them. Stand by. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm going to park these on main 2 and lead there for the NS. Let's go see what happens. I don't trust that yellow car because of that truck set on the back. Prone to derailing. Doesn't roll that free. Find out where we got more ballast on the curve. Sticking up too high. Tiny stuff. Oh, there he goes already. Already derailed that Gagex. We had solved all that. So now we created a mess. I'm going to spray with alcohol and scrape better. Stand by, rail again. So now we had everything fixed and then we ballast, and that's why I hate even having to ballast switches. Stand by. Yeah, I think the problem was the yellow one jammed up and that wrecked the other one. I'm going to try to keep working our way through. I hear a wheel popping there at the frog. Oh, it jumped again. I think that yellow one's hurting him. Stand by. We're going to try to keep going without the weight of that car back there and the bad wheels. Can take throttle command. Oh boy. Obviously more work. Now we're getting dead out there on a curve. That was 30. Oh, he jumped again. He's jumping right there in the middle. What is going on with that? Gonna hit the signal. Stop. Stand by. Okay, it's jumping there at the frog for some reason. Gonna file it out more. I think it's that glue buildup. He didn't do that before there. All that moisture I put down, who knows what it's doing to the track. There's a big joint right there. It seemed to be catching on that frog. More. Boy, its controller's not responding. There he's hitting dead spots. Something right in that frog of that one, which didn't bother me with the other engine I used. It went through there really good. So more filing to do in the frog. Clean out the goop. It's going to take a while to recover from this. I was really regretting all that glue that got up in there. Okay, as soon as we get on straight spot here, we're going to cut them and drop them. That looks good right there. We'll take it. Stand by, 3-step, get them. Okay, for one thing, I don't think I've ever driven these engines over here and gone through there, so it's an unfair test. And the other thing I just realized, the one that's jammed on is the old Atlas switch. So yeah, I can run the gauge through there and work on that. He didn't even get ballast at the frog. So something else going on with the wheels and the frog. Scale trains don't like it. I'm gonna try to run straight through out of there, not go back to main one yet. See how the engines do here. Take them up to 8 miles an hour. See if I can even get through that old switch. Find out more critical clean out areas. That's working. Run down to the bridge. That's where we stop ballast. Yeah, we never run them through here because they're the big road engines. I think they're bigger than the NS that I use here. So it'd be interesting, run the twin SD40 NS, see how they respond through there. Do some troubleshooting. There's where the trouble was. Apparently the cars derailed first, and that made him stop and hesitate. Okay, slow down there. Stop. Let's throw switch a different way. And we'll go back down, back out to the main. They're done with their work. No, oh, blew that. That forward reverse thing's got me messed up. Didn't couple. That's good. Told you I was sleepy and just not into it. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I was so tired from doing the work. There's a little bit. It's been like a 4-day project spread out. About 4 hours every day. See, it's hitting spots in there. Definitely going to have to spray out alcohol and scrape through there again on the inside edges of the rails. These are always touchy about stuff like that. That other one plows over it pretty good. He actually was jumping over it and still going. Rough ride, but he did it. Okay, and we'll get in there and throw the switch. And let's stop people. Throw the switch, back them down. Okay, here we go. I hear them clicking real bad. That's what we'll do next. Loosen that stuff with alcohol. Then scrape and file. I like using a point of a tapered file, and I use the gauge to recheck it then. If I can slide the gauge through without cracking on rocks, then it's pretty good then. The gauge itself can't even break it loose now, it's so hard. This stuff here was really piled up, floated, too much ballast. I got it cleaned out pretty good. If it's on a straight stretch, not so bad. It's on a curve, you got trouble. You always get the outside. Always get the outside edge of I don't want to switch. There's old switches. You know, if it's an old switch, I can't help it. Can't do anything about it. It's not part of my new work. Just clean it again, CRC, and scrub with a toothbrush. He's going to head right in the yard lead. Okay, let's go back down there and see him. As I trip myself on the way on a big rubber mat, my shoes are always catching. Big old clumpy shoes, oversized, so my feet are more comfortable. I always catch the edge of the toe on the sole on the side of a rubber mat. It just hooks it and gives you a throw. Okay, he can actually went in that way, but he can actually go over to the depot and they can go to Waffle House. They have waffles or pancakes for supper. It's that time. Yeah, 5 o'clock exactly. Their time to get off. I guess throw the switch. There we go. Slow them down. Clear the switch and we'll stop. Clear the signal, we'll stop. And then keep the track open for a cement place. Concrete batch. Okay, there they are. Mean it. We stop that. Ditch lights off. Headlight off. Tire down, boys. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your week. We got 40s today. Yesterday was 64. Now we're going back cold tomorrow, like 34. And we're going to get a little bit of an ice storm Wednesday night through overnight, 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. Thursday. We're under winter weather advisory, maybe 2/10 of ice. I got to get up there and feed the birds, load them up before, because it's nice now. I don't want to be out in the cold tomorrow doing it. Take care. God bless. Double Diamond Railroad out.